Hi there, my name is Dave Dubeau. Welcome to another episode of Canadian Profits TV. So on today's episode for our business breakthroughs, we're going to be talking about creating your own economic reality. For our real estate tip, I'm going to be sharing another one of my great selling tips for you, how to sell your properties faster and for full price, even in a slow market. So you'll definitely want to watch for that. And for our Mindset Minute, I'm going to be talking about not being a know-it-all. Just getting started, so stay tuned. All right, so welcome back to this week's Business Breakthrough. What I want to talk about now is creating your own economic reality. Now, a lot of people, when they hear that we're in a recession, they just kind of shut down shop, either actually literally or mentally, and they decide, well, the economy's in the dumps, my business is going to go to crap, there's not much I can do about that. That is completely incorrect. If you look back through history, some of the biggest companies that are around today actually started right in the midst of the Great Depression in the 1930s. Anytime that people are in a recession, other people are doing very, very, very well. Now you have to do things differently, that's true, and that's what I want to talk about right now. So one of the big concepts is, from my mentor, Dan Kennedy, you'll see a picture of him up here with this as well, is your personal economy reflects others' interest in you. It's kind of a harsh statement, but it's very, very true if you think about it. Your personal economy or your, well, it can be whether you're an employee or not, or if you're in business for yourself, reflects others' interests in you. Who are the others? Others are your customers, your clients, your prospect. If you have a lot of people who are interested in you and or your business, you're going to be doing more and better business. So the question is, how can you get others to be more interested in you and your company? Well, one thing you do is do more and better marketing. Typically in times of recession, people actually constrict how much marketing and advertising they do. That opens up a lot of opportunities for a smart business owner. First of all, you can get a lot better deals on advertising and marketing, so you can get a lot better bang for your buck with the same amount of money, with your same budget. Or if you're smart like Darren Weeks does, and you actually spend more money on your marketing in these times. The other advantage for that is your competition typically is reducing their marketing budget. So this is a fantastic time for you to actually gain market share from those competitors who are too lazy, too cheap, or too dumb to do this kind of thing. Next thing is better customer service. If you've been a little bit slack on that, if you haven't been completely up to speed on that, this is a huge competitive advantage. Let's face it, we all face this now. Most people, most companies have crappy customer service. If you have good customer service, you stand out head and shoulders above your competition. So again, invest in marketing, invest in customer service. Cost controls, times are tight, money's getting tighter. You need to be a little bit more conservative with what you're spending on, so you definitely need to keep your costs under control. And last but not least, a little bit of harsh reality here. You need to work harder and smarter. There aren't a lot of shortcuts, especially in recessionary times. You need to actually put your nose to the grindstone and really get going with it. Let's face it, now is the time to do all of those things that you know you should have been doing a long time ago. Get with it, better marketing, better customer service, better cost controls, and working harder and smarter. That's your business breakthrough for this week. All right, and for this week's real estate tip, I want to talk about a selling tip. How to sell your property for top dollar and a lot faster than you would otherwise, even if it's kind of a slow market. So for example, right here in Kamloops right now, it's definitely a buyer's market, not a seller's market. There's a lot of properties available right now, not a lot of buyers for them. So we have to get very creative with the ways that we sell our properties if we want to get a good price for them. So again, if you remember from a few weeks back, the big concept was the easier you make it to buy, the easier it is to sell. So my selling tip today is for you to consider, when you advertise your product for sale, consider that you'll take trades. Now, what do I mean by trades? Well, if I put my property up for sale and I'll say, seller willing to accept trades, that makes it a lot more attractive for a lot of other people out there. So for example, if somebody's got an old motorhome that they want to trade in, a vehicle, a car, a motorcycle, a boat, stocks, bonds, certificates of deposit, gold, silver, whatever, I'll consider taking part of the purchase price on trade. Now, how can I do this? Well, let's say I'm selling it as a FSBO, for sale by owner, so I don't have a real estate commission that I'm paying. So automatically on a typical property, I'm saving anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 on real estate commissions, right? Well, why wouldn't I be willing to take $10,000 to $15,000 worth of something on trade in exchange for that, and in exchange for getting full price for my property? So for example, if I've got a $250,000 property, if I'm doing a deal where I'm accepting a trade, I'm not going to lower my price. I'm going to take the full $250,000, maybe take something worth $20,000, $25,000 on trade, because here's the long and short of it. If I was selling it for all cash, I'd probably have to discount it by $20,000, $25,000 anyhow. If I was selling it with a real estate agent, by the time I paid their commission and went down $5,000 to $10,000 on the price, as is normal with a normal real estate transaction, I'd be down to $225,000 anyhow. So why not take a trade and get the full cash value would have got anyhow, plus you've got something else in addition to that, which you can either keep, turn around and sell, trade for something else. What I did a few times when I was doing my 18 flips in 18 months was I take whatever stuff I got on trade, bundle that in with the next property that I had for sale, and offer that as a bonus. So there's all sorts of fun stuff that you can do with that. Sell it on eBay, whatever. Makes it a lot more fun, and you attract a lot more heat to your property. So remember, always remember, the easier you make it for somebody to buy, the easier it is for you to sell fast and for top dollar. That's your real estate tip for this week. All right, we're back, and with our weekly Mindset Minute. Today I want to talk to you about not being a know-it-all before you get started. So a lot of times, we see this a lot with some of our real estate peak performer students, business peak performer students, that some people really suffer from analysis paralysis. They want to know every single little thing before they take the leap and take action and start doing something. Now, I can understand that. However, there comes a point where when you've committed to something, you're going to get going, you're going to get started on it, you really want to do it, you actually have to just take that first step and actually start doing it. You have to be willing to do it poorly for a while to get practiced up before you get good. You cannot start off being perfect. You have to start off being kind of crappy, to be honest with you, and be willing to make those mistakes, fail forward fast, and get rolling, get going. You'll get good very, very quickly that way. All of the top performers that I know, that's how they do it. They jump right in, get going, make a mess of things, clean it up as they go along, but they take massive action. And they'll leave other people in the dust that are just sitting there and analyzing things to death, trying to figure it all out before they get started. So again, don't try to know it all. You'll figure it out as you go along. Just get started. That's your Mindset Minute. All right, thanks a lot for tuning in to this week's episode of Canadian Profits TV. We love your comments, your questions, your observations. Keep them coming in. Put them in the boxes at the bottom. Tell anybody that you know that's a like-minded Canadian about the program. We'd love to have them watching us as well. And for next week, what are we going to be talking about? For a business breakthrough, we're talking about riches in niches. Very, very, very powerful. For our real estate tips, you've heard about OPM, other people's money. We're going to talk about OPRRSPs, so stay tuned for that. And for our Mindset Minute, we're going to be talking about readers being leaders. All right, leaders being readers, either way. And as you're watching this, I'm at our Canadian Profits Business Peak Performers meeting, and this weekend, Ken Beaton and I are putting on our multi-family and property management boot camp in Edmonton. So I hope you have a good week, good weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. Take care.